This one's better.
Oh man.
Shut your skin tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, gnome, flip phone, disowned, ice cream, postcard gnome, extra chromosome, metronome, dimmadome, genome, full blown monochrome, student loan, Indiana Jones, overgrown, Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, friend zone, Sylvester Stallone, Sierra Leone, AutoZone, professionally shot. What is that? Dean Silver Patron hat, ass the fuck up.
Oh my god. Holy shit. I don't even know how to feel right now.
I can tell you how to feel. Shut your skin down. No.
Hang on, I'm having issues.
You know, I finally figured out recently what's not recently, like a couple months ago. You know, like the song Smash Mouth, where it says we all need a little change, and then I finally understood it. Today, I attempted to insert a whole cantaloupe melon into my anus because the local shops had run out of
Derek, I've seen that one.
Using about a gallon of butter, breathing techniques, and a few hours. I managed to finally get it inside. However, it was too uncomfortable, so I tried to shit it back out. This is where things got confusing because rather than a melon sliding out, half a dozen apricots. The apricots went around the melon. No, there is a chance that I just blacked out upon excreting the cantaloupe, but it rolled away somewhere. And I happen to have a dozen or so leftover apricots lying around my rectum from earlier. But as it turns out... Wait, what? Wait, shit, I skipped a line. But I cannot for the life of me find the melon anywhere. I think I may have the power to anally turn melons into apricots. Further experimentation will be required, of course, once my rectum has recovered. But if this turns out to be true, then I may be able to solve world hunger. Oh, god damn you people.
Okay.
I've seen that story about with
The
hamster.
last one.
Wait, can I read this one?
Yeah.
Derek from high school.
So, you're going by Moscrow now, nerd? What's up, douchebag? It's Derek from high school. Remember me? Me and the guys used to give you a hard time at school. Sorry, you were just an easy target. LOL. I can see not much has changed. Remember Sarah, the girl you had a crush on? Yeah, we're married now. I make over $200,000 a year and I drive a Mustang GT. I guess some things never change, huh, loser? Nice catching up. LOL. Pathetic.
Oh man.
Pathetic.
Okay, are we good?
Oh.
I may be able to
sweating.
solve road hunger because that shit out of me.
Oh my god. Okay. Are we good? Are we good?
I hope not.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
It's time to begin.
That just threw me.
Okay, let's go. Seriously, let's go.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to the 8th.Bit.Podcast. We're back from break. It's me,
Woo.
Anthony, and I've got Derek, Moscrow, and for her
Hello.
first time ever on the podcast, Kat.
Howdy.
What a,
Hello.
that intro was almost cup level. Almost. Just missing the sound effects. So how was everyone's break? We had a nice little month-long break.
God, it's been wonderful, Anthony.
It's been miserable.
Wait,
Oh,
miserable.
I fucking calculus. Every day is miserable.
Every day is great for me, Moscow. Thank you very much.
I thought you were going to be like, I missed you guys. And then it just turned
Nah.
into fucking calculus.
No thanks.
Listen, like, fucker, okay, if you had to find a derivative every damn day, you'd understand.
I do. It's called being insanely high IQ.
How about you, Kat? How was your break?
What just happened there? You
Yes,
were
I'm
expecting
feeling
something
mellow.
really funny to come out and nothing happened.
Wait,
Yeah,
it was
I'm lucky.
mellow? Is that what you said?
I feel like Jello.
You feel like Jello. Why Jello?
I got 2 jobs.
I thought you quit one.
I'm still working it. I don't quit till like next week.
Oh, I thought you just like walked out like all dramatic.
God, I wish. See you fuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
See you, virgin.
So we did take a month off, and it was very healthy for us. We really needed it, especially Ryan. That's why he's not here. He's still taking that month off. He's at the beach right now, currently showing off all his
Getting
Chad
gains.
muscles, dude. I bet he's the type. I bet he has 2 bathing suits. I bet one is like a neon color and kind of like long, like almost to his shins. Not shins, like calves.
Like spandex.
Yeah, like blue, like maybe a bright blue or like a bright like neon highlighter yellow. And I bet he has one really short pair that's like pink.
But he has one that like makes him look like Spider-Man.
I do.
His goggles are Spider-Man goggles.
I could see it too.
I could see it as well.
He has his Spider-Man pajamas. Sorry, Ryan.
Yeah, they're onesies. He looks adorable
Yeah.
in them.
But you guys are so fucking gay.
But
Oh,
yeah,
Listen, fuckers. Spider-Man pajamas are adorable. You shut your whore mouth.
so we had our month off. Ryan's on vacation. I went on vacation. Cup is currently in Europe. Sharing. I imagine she's in Europe, like, annoying people about Monkey Ball. Like, she's
Yeah.
in some Irish pub with her family. Everyone's all drunk, and they're talking about, like, Pac-Man. She's like, oh, have you guys heard of Super Monkey Ball?
It sucks that she wasn't here for the fucking PS4 fucking thing.
Oh my
that's
god, I
coming
would have
out.
loved to have gotten her reaction to that.
PS4.
Yeah, there's a new Super
looks
Monkey
like that's
Ball,
a
dude.
topic.
I know, but anyway, so we took a month off. It kind of went well, but personally, I kind of actually did miss doing it because it's something to do. But with us coming back, there's a lot of new things that we're doing, so I'm going to try to shoot off a few quick announcements before we actually get into Gaming Monthly. So, starting with, this is the last episode of Season 2 for the podcast. And then we're going to be starting Season 3, which is just kind of a way for us to have new ideas and start fresh. And with starting fresh, we are also adding a few different things and a few new ways to support us. So we are streaming on more than just Twitch now. In fact, this one is DLive, YouTube Live, Mixer, and Twitch.
Poggers.
Yeah, so that's going to be a thing that we do consistently. And
especially your boy over here. He's getting his hours in every day. I'm streaming every day.
So nearly every day you can head into the 8th Bit Network on DLive, Mixer, YouTube, or Twitch, and you can see Derek. As well, going along with that, we're going to be adding more podcast episodes, more just kind of fun, where we just kind of talk and hang out, and that should be fun. And we now have a Patreon if you want to directly support us, and that has some cool rewards, but my favorite thing is actually the goals, because there's a goal on there. I think it's I don't want to be wrong, but I want to say it's 25 patrons. If we get 25, then we're going to add another podcast editor, so we can get at least like 5 episodes a month consistently, because then it won't just be me editing. So if that's something you want to do, you can also find that, and that Patreon is Patreon, the 8th Bit Network. You can pledge for as little as $1. It's almost like, oh, I need to do a ad with that really sad song that the animal commercials have, you know, In the Arms of an Angel. Oh, that'd be perfect. It's just
You're
a
so
picture of
stupid.
Moscrow's face with the Arms of an
Fuck
Angels.
you.
But all right, with all that under wraps, let's get into the very slow news month of July. There's like no fucking news this month.
Just drama, my dude.
All right, so let's start with Fortnite.
Yep.
Congratulations, Booga.
Yes,
You
so
did it.
there was a 16-year-old, Kyle Booga Geertsdorf, who won the Fortnite World Cup, and he took home the largest prize pool for a solo player in esports history at $3 million.
Cool.
It's fucking
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
For
Like, I feel like you don't even need to like Fortnite to think that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. But I've heard, I think maybe it was just memes or not. I've seen stuff that he actually only got 1.5 of that, which is really scummy,
That's
fucking
yeah, that's a
scummy
lot
shit.
of. It's almost like
It's
the
still
lottery
a
amount.
fucking lot of money, but that's also 1.5 that
Yeah.
you didn't get.
Yeah.
So
What do you mean, like just 1.5% of it he didn't get?
no. Just it got split in half or some shit. I don't know the news. I didn't read
They
about
could
it.
have
I could have
taken.
got the article.
I mean,
I guess.
no, because they couldn't have taken. What taxes could they have taken out? It's a
But
prize.
There's no way they'll take over half in taxes. I don't
Okay,
think.
so maybe it was a meme then, but I've definitely seen something that like
I mean,
says
he probably did not get 3 million, but the amount could be weird.
yeah, and the amount is apparently 1.5 million.
It's like if you
instead.
win the Powerball, if it's like 900 million, you get like 600 million. It's like, oh no,
Yeah.
only 600 million. But you know what's cool that I kind of yoinked from ESPN. So he made $3 million from winning. In Fortnite's event, the World Cup in general had a $30 million prize pool for all their events. The FIFA Women's World Cup didn't even have that much. Had just underneath that.
Youch.
And he made more from winning than Tiger Woods won when he won the Masters a few years ago.
Wait, is that like the 3 million or like the 1.5?
3 million.
So the
Okay.
prize that was like, I don't want to say branded, it's not the word. The prize that was shown off, that he like where it says he won 3 million, even if somebody took home, the
Right.
face value of it, 3 million, is more than
Oh,
Tiger
okay.
Woods won at the Masters, because Tiger Woods won 2.7 million.
Oh, okay.
I saw this really cool picture that was like comparing him to some of the bigger prize pool winners from sports, and he made so much more. It's crazy. It's so cool.
I just looked it up. For the government will take about 25% of it, and then whichever state will take some tax out of it as well.
Oh, it was
So
New York,
that's
so that
$3
tax is
million.
probably high.
Oh well, shit. That one
Yeah,
taxes like
so-
8% or 9% or something.
Yeah, that man only got
So he got
1.5k or mil. Still a lot of fucking money.
65% of that 3 million, just about.
Yeah.
Almost 65%.
Actually, scummers.
And he'll probably get a lot of sponsorships and things like that from this
Oh,
too.
that man. It took like 20 seconds for that man to blow up.
And like the reason why they can tax you on it is because technically speaking, it's considered you've gained income. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
their logic behind it.
I mean, and that's fair. That's fine, I guess.
My personal favorite winner from that though was a 13-year-old.
The Argentinian.
Yeah, it was a 13-year-old
yeah.
who's he goes by King.
King.
He
Yep.
lives in Argentina, and he won, again, face value, but he won 900,000. And there's this video I saw of him and his dad seeing each other for the first time after he had won the money. And his dad was saying in Spanish, "It's all yours, it's all yours." He was so proud. It was such a cute video.
Oh.
But it was so fucking weird because, you know, he's 13, so he was crying and he was hugging his dad and like a 13-year-old would. But like, it's so weird imagining someone winning $900,000 and then being young enough that they want a hug from their dad like that. Like, it's such a weird. It's hard to wrap my brain around. Not a bad thing at all. It's just hard
First
to
time
imagine.
defeating? Oh, that's like, I don't know.
I mean, it's like just winning any prize, except it means more to you, I suppose, Anthony, like that much money than it would mean to that child. I mean, you got to think about it. Any kind of reward will probably, if it's big enough, like say you got first place at like a nationals, right?
Mhm.
It'd probably be a very similar situation.
Oh, I'm not like roasting the kid for winning or crying or anything like that.
No. Yeah, it's just because it's so much money. It might be kind of like, you know,
Oh,
the
yeah.
way you're thinking about it.
Yeah, like imagine being 13 and getting $900,000.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck would you do with that?
College
Besides, like,
fund.
look at your dad and just
If
cry
I was
'cause you
his
don't know what to
dad-
do with it.
If I was his dad, you damn right it's going in the fucking bank.
If I
Buy
was his
some
dad, I
Fortnite
would give him.
skins.
I would give him an amount like for the kid who won 3 million, for Booga. I would say, all right, here is like $75,000 that you can just fucking spend like an idiot, but everything else is going away, and we're getting you a financial advisor. But you get 75,000, and you just get the fuck around with it. Buy yourself a computer, get a TV, get a car, even though you're 16. Like, just fuck around with it. You are because the kid worked hard enough for it.
I'd just put it in the bank and just say, like, I'll let you have, like you said, like some crazy amount, and then the rest of it's like you won't get it until you're like 18, 19 or something.
Exactly. Like, you have a financial advisor who's going to help you turn that $3 million into $20 million by the time you're 20.
Yeah, because like
I
even
wouldn't
if you
even
like
get the
took some of
financial
it out
advisor.
and
I'd
like
just leave it alone.
even if he took some of it out and just like paid for his college, he still have like a fuck ton left over
Yep,
that he could
exactly.
like invest, you know?
And he, like I said, he kind of earned that spending money. He had to. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's easy to look at it like, oh wow, he won in Fortnite, but there was a lot of really talented players, and we can meme it all we want, but the reality is people spent so much time training and preparing for this.
Yeah, and like,
it's crazy.
dude, when it gets down to those 1v1s, it's intense.
Yeah, I
like...
was watching it. I felt so old. I was graying while watching that show. I was getting so damn confused. I had no idea what was going on. I was so old. I had to ask Derek what was going on.
Oh, God.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, Anthony, you gotta stick around for this game until the top 30 in the last few zones. This shit gets fucking crazy. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The game is so fun to watch at a high level.
I wonder what kind of doors this is gonna open for esports. Not like when I say that, I mean from the outside perspective.
None, because teachers are already saying the 16-year-old kid won $3 million in a super violent game. Yeah, I've seen articles already. It's actually stupid as fuck.
That's unfortunate.
That's literally there's no blood or nor gore in that fucking game.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They censor everything. Everything's colorful.
Yep,
like...
exactly.
Did you see that there was a gaming journalist on Fox News already about it?
Oh,
no.
God.
Yeah, there was a gaming journalist on Fox News, and they were interviewing him. And thankfully, unlike the last time gaming was on Fox News, which the most recent one was for Call of Duty Modern Warfare's No Russian mission, thankfully, it went better than that did. Where it was very kind of like staged and scripted answers, or not answers, but questions to kind of set up the interviewee for failure. It wasn't really like that, thankfully, but it was still, you could see that the woman just didn't understand at all.
Where did the money come from? Like who provided the money?
Epic.
Everyone who buys battle passes.
I think all the complaints about it is literally because people are jealous for it.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
And everyone thinks that, it's too violent for children when it's literally made for children.
Cooler doors.
Like it's. I don't think it's okay. I don't think it's going to cause a big when you say open doors, you mean like more competitions and stuff?
Not more, because there's plenty of competitions. I mean more mainstream ones. Like, can you imagine if a year from now that like the next Fortnite World Cup was on ESPN itself, like it was a featured event? That's what I mean.
That'd be really cool.
That's not going to happen for a while.
I mean, it kind of already happens to an extent. Not on like a national scale, but ESPN does air League Championship games every day.
I just don't think it's ever going to be as popular as just viewing it like through the internet and stuff. Because,
not as popular. I guess I'm more talking about the audience that doesn't watch, like
kind of merging like traditional sports with esports.
Yeah, I'm curious if that'll ever come to a thing, or by the time esports are the size, well, I mean, they're already the size of major sports, but if they're the size in the public eye of major sports, I wonder if anyone's gonna even care at that point, or it'll just be, by that point, everyone who watches anyway will have grown up even more, and they'll be the only ones watching anyway. Like, I wonder if the old sports fans are gonna age out by the time esports ages up.
I think it's going to always be primarily online and everything, because it's like,
I mean, TV's gonna die anyway,
unless it's like another 10, 20 years past, but that's not anytime soon.
I mean, in 10, 20 years, TV will be dead anyway.
It might be.
Yeah, plus like if you think about that time, like 10, 20 years, sure, TV's gonna be dead, and like esports will probably be like way up there, but then what's gonna be new at that time, you know?
Probably one of those weird Japanese TV show games.
Dating sims.
Have you? Okay, so Cup isn't here, so there's nobody super young here, so I can talk about this shit. Have you guys ever seen that Japanese game where they have like they oil up a mat and they have two girls do a split and fucking race to the end of the mat? That shit's crazy.
No.
God.
So it's a game
What kind
show.
of weird fetish ass show?
It's not
have
even
you been
sexualized. It's I saw it on a G4 clip, like an old G4 clip I was watching, and they like were making fun of it. So they oil up a mat, and two girls get the mat, and they're dressed for sports. It's not sexualized. It's like a cartoon kind of thing. They got knee pads on. They had like logos and brands. Like imagine, like kind of what people wear during a UFC fight or a boxing match. And they oil up a mat, and the girls get into a split, and they gotta like do their split in like fucking penguin waddle to the end of the mat, and they have to race. It was fucking crazy, dude.
Do you have a video? Like, can we watch that after this?
Yeah, I'll find that. That shit was unreal.
This was suspicious to me.
But yeah, like, there's gonna be some weird shit. Ooh, my first segue. All right, speaking of weird shit.
Oh god.
So Corsair is making an effort to become the new Razer, I guess.
Okay.
So last year, Corsair bought Elgato.
Right.
This year, Corsair has bought Origin PC.
What?
So Origin PC, if you aren't familiar, basically they make pre-built gaming computers that are a little less Walmart PC and more of higher quality. Corsair purchased them. And now
Cool.
so now Corsair has their own PC line, essentially. It's weird.
Okay.
All right.
It's just weird to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much that's really gonna matter, to be honest, because no
Yeah.
one's
Yeah.
gonna really buy that shit in the first place.
Because the
right?
only pre-built company that makes any money is NZXT.
Yep. And I buy fucking scammer.
Well, yeah, I buy,
True.
but they don't. I feel like they don't make as much money because what they sell is lower priced to NZXT's stuff.
Yeah.
Like even if I buy Power, sold 100 PCs at $900. If NZXT sells 150 at $1,500 up to $3,000, it's still a pretty big difference. But Corsair getting in there is just weird.
Isn't the main thing Corsairs make is like power supplies?
I mean, I have a Corsair keyboard and
I'm
mat
pretty
in
sure
front of me,
the
but
thing.
So just
I th-
hardware stuff, like
Yeah.
hardware
accessories,
stuff.
peripherals.
accessories. I think their mice are their most.
They're mice in their keyboard, 100%.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I have a Corsair power supply, but like
Popego.
Yeah, they
I don't
have
have
they have
anything else
they have a lot of
Corsair.
coolers too, CPU coolers and water cooling stuff.
I for some reason thought you meant like just
like
just the cooler.
like a Yeti cooler. They got
Yeah, I was like, well, all right.
this just in, gamers. If you buy one of our PCs, you get a case of Jaeger.
Oh
I
mega
mean,
lol.
I mean, shit. Like
That'd be the
people
most
buy that.
redneck shit ever.
Want to crack back a pack of
Oh,
younglings?
dude, getting away from gaming again. I heard the craziest redneck story today.
Oh god.
Oh boy.
I was listening to the
Okay.
radio, and they do this.
Howdy.
They do this segment, and it's like redneck news story of the week. So, I guess this guy got drunk at a party,
Yeah, same.
right? And it gets crazier the more I go on. So he gets drunk at a party, and he starts getting in a fight with his friend. And him and his friend, they started using shower rods as like swords.
Okay.
Like shower curtain rods. So they
I
started
can
fighting with
imagine
them in the
this.
backyard. And he knocked his
As you
friend
do.
out. So the other people at the party called the cops. So when the guy heard the cops, he jumped the fence and started running.
Naturally, yes.
He lost his clothes.
Well,
Somehow. He either took them off or they got stuck in a fence, but he lost his clothes. He was down to his underwear.
Nice.
He's running down the street, so they get a horse cop to chase him because
Wait, hold on. Wait, what did you say?
a horse, like a cop on a horse. So he joins
Wait,
the party.
stop, hold on.
That's okay. That's a thing.
They have cops on horses?
Yeah, it's been a thing for a while. Normally, it's just used for show.
Oh, dude, I pull out the fucking the little like motorized fucking Mustang.
So
Like
the
I'm
cop
so
on the
shocked
horse.
because like this is like I live in out like I've never seen that.
It gets even better. So the cop on a horse chases this guy.
Does the horse have like blinders or something? Like
I mean, probably.
he's just fucking chasing this man
In the
down. Does he
train,
pull
too.
out his rope?
So the
He's
horse
got headlights on the horse.
tackles the dude, not tackles, because horse can't tackle, but the horse knocks the dude down.
Taped to his nose.
The horse knocks the dude down, and this drunk dude, he's pissed. He gets up, and he punches the horse and tries to fight the horse, and the horse knocked him the fuck out. So this dude is now, he's got in a fight with his friend with a shower rod, knocked his friend out, jumped a fence, lost all of his clothes. He's in his tidy whities in the middle of the night, drunk as shit.
Fought a fucking horse.
Gets in a fight with a horse.
And the cops just sit on the back like shit.
The horse knocks him the fuck out.
But hold on though, we gotta go back to the horse though.
That's the thing.
Why?
I mean, normally it's for show.
I didn't know.
I don't know why they were using this one practically.
So like, okay, so what? The cop's just sitting at the station, right? And then he just gets a call, and he's like, damn right, let's go, Bessie.
He goes down a
Hop on his
fireman's
horse.
pole onto a
He just starts. He hits,
fucking whistles and jumps out the window and lands on the horse.
Does he have like? What was he planning to do? Like run the man down? Did he have?
I mean,
lasso the guy?
Clearly it worked.
Well, no shit, Anthony. A horse is gonna outrun someone on foot, but like,
I'm sure the horse wasn't expecting to get punched in the fucking face. Though.
But what was the plan? Was he just gonna jump off the horse's back and
I
tackle
wonder
him?
if Australia has like kangaroo cops.
Yeah, me, dude.
Every
hold
time
on, listen.
they reach in their own pouch and take out a fucking like a police siren.
I've been patiently waiting for you to bring up like kangaroos for like a year now. So listen, Anthony, I gotta ask you a quick question, okay?
Oh my fucking god.
I'm so fucking scared. Okay, hit me.
Listen. I feel like kangaroos are the most horrifying fucking creatures to ever exist.
Did you know that their pouches are fleshy and wet on the inside?
Yes.
I just learned that not too long ago, and that sent me for a spiral.
Kangaroos. No, listen to me. I want you to imagine. I've told a lot of people this, and they think I'm out of my mind. Imagine you're just walking down the road, right? Like you're walking down the sidewalk. You just hear a thumping getting steadily closer. All right. You just hear a thumping. You turn around, it's a fucking kangaroo. You can't outrun it.
Moscow lives in Alabama too. This kangaroo's got a bandana and a fucking shotgun.
So, the kangaroo, they will drop kick you. And they will beat the shit out of you.
Derek,
and rip
it's
your
a
face off.
kangaroo.
Oh my god.
It's literally. Tell me, kangaroos are scary, are they not? Like they're like Australian bears. Like Jesus Christ.
Bears are cute too.
Australian
Bears are not cute. Bears are horrifying.
That was the
and
most redneck way to describe Australia I've ever heard.
I mean, they are though. Like. You know, they get tall. They can be tall. They have a mean look in their eye. They'll box you. Like, they'll fight you like a person. So they're going to, like, smash you to the ground, and they're going to, like, jump up and down on you and dumb shit like that. I still can't get over
the fact they have fleshy pouches. That's so gross.
I still can't get over the fact that this is a gaming monthly podcast.
Okay, yeah. You know what? You're right. Speaking of fleshy pouches.
But hold on, you didn't answer the question. Do you think they're scary?
Yes.
Good.
100%.
Okay.
Speaking of fleshy pouches.
What did that have to do with? Okay, go ahead.
Speaking of fleshy pouches, let's
talk
about the deep pockets of Todd Howard. So Bethesda sucks.
That was a poor one. That was a poor segue. But go ahead.
I thought that was okay. Bethesda sucks.
Yeah.
So
sure.
Wolfenstein was one of the shining pieces of hope from Bethesda. And they finally fucked it up. So Wolfenstein Youngblood released, and it's currently at a 74 on Metacritic, which isn't bad, but the user score is a 2.6 out of over 200 ratings.
Youch.
Isn't that a 2.6 out of 5 or 100?
Out of 10 or 100. I almost said out of 10.
Out of
100?
No, user score is out of 10. User score is out of 10.
Oh.
So it's what, like a 26, 27, 28
But yeah,
out of 100?
basically what happened, excuse me. Basically what's happened is Bethesda was like, okay, you know what? We need something new. And we need something original. So let's copy Destiny, of all things. So this game, which was originally supposed to kind of... Everybody assumed it was going to be a co-op Wolfenstein, which sounds fucking awesome. But it's not.
Wolfenstein, so
It's
I don't know.
a co-op... Wolfenstein is basically Doom, but with Nazis.
That sounds awesome.
So everyone thought this was co-op Doom Nazis, and instead, it's co-op filled to the brim with microtransactions, with terrible looting mechanics based off Destiny, and recycled areas.
Oof.
I
Feels
see.
bad, man.
I don't understand. Like,
Good work,
how
Todd.
do you go, okay, we had Fallout 76 and nobody liked that. What's next, boys? And some dude's like, let's make a shitty Wolfenstein. Like, how the I don't understand.
Yeah.
Isn't Bethesda like... Bethesda doesn't have a parent company, does it?
No, Bethesda's daddy themselves.
So, okay.
In fact,
No me.
Wolfenstein is underneath Bethesda. Like I think it's I can't think of who makes it, but it's underneath Bethesda. And all the other games were great. All of them. They've all been spectacular up to this point.
How much is this one priced for?
$30. Oddly enough.
You know it's bad when like a company releases a new game and they release it like half of the standard
Like they
price.
know it's gonna suck.
They know it's going to be bad. The only game that's ever done that successfully, in my opinion, is... Do you remember the PS3, like Xbox 360 Deadpool game?
Yes.
It was released at
Very
like
good game.
$50, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's still kind of expensive, to tell you the truth.
I feel like it should have been about maybe $40.
You know, it still sits
But
at $20
still.
at GameStop.
What?
Deadpool.
Huh. I need to go get it.
I feel like it's a little
Oh my
overpriced.
god.
I feel like that late after release, a game like a superhero single-player game should definitely be like $5 to $10.
What is infuriating is whenever you go like GameStop and you'll see a game that's been out like 3-4 years and it's still like $30. Like,
Dude.
you know, GTA 5 has only recently been dropped like $15 at GameStop.
Oh, Kat, you can finally play that. You're 17.
Forehead.
But like, doesn't that make you like aggravated? Like shit. Especially GTA 5. They already
Yeah.
made like $3 billion off
You
of
know
it.
who's
or some
real?
stupid amount.
What's a real bad genre about that? Sports games. Because
I'm pretty
sports
sure
games
all
drop at
sports games are
$60
garbage.
each year. No, not really. Some are. Most
Call
of
of Duty.
$60, that's garbage.
Most of EA's games are really bad, but other sports games aren't bad. But they drop at $60, and the next year, once a new one comes out, it drops to like 10.
Well, yeah, it's because it's the same fucking game.
Sometimes.
Yeah, it just has a different year written on it.
Sometimes it depends.
It
Like
got a different character on the cover.
I'll use since we have our new Big Daddy playthrough on MLB The Show, I'll use that as an example. So MLB The Show of 15 to 16 was a huge upgrade. 16 to 17 was not. 17 to 18 was. 18 to 19 has not really been an upgrade.
So what you mean is they need to release it every 2 years.
Oh, 100%. What sports games need to do is have an every other year release schedule. In that year in between, they do a roster update. And then every sports game will be great.
Since they're so focused on DLC, they can just charge you like $5-10 for like...
For
Oh,
a
yeah,
pay-to-win
they would do
character
it.
for Ronaldo Poggers.
Yeah, that's
Not
what
even
EA
pay
is
to
real
win,
guilty of
just-
that. Actually, MLB The Show dropped that. So they had a single player story for a long time. That not story, but a career mode, and you could spend real money to cheat in a single player mode. And they finally took that out. You can still buy cards for their multiplayer mode, but you can earn cards a lot faster than you used to be able to, so it's kind of fair, but I'm also still not going to play Battle Royale in a baseball game because I don't hate myself.
There's a Battle Royale for...
Yeah, you have to win 9 games against other people in a row. I wish I was kidding.
That sounds like trash.
Baseball Fortnite.
Can you imagine if in the middle of it you just took out a gun?
Parry this, you fucking casual.
Like, the guy's batting,
Pitch
he's like,
this
alright,
fast
I
pitch."
think he's gonna throw a fastball. And he fucking pulls out an
Pulls out a
AK.
Glock.
He pulls out a bazooka. Oh shit, that's a real fastball.
Then he hits it back.
He takes out like a fucking canoe paddle and just whacks the grenade all the way to center field. Holy
Try to fucking strike me, bitch. Let's go.
Oh. You know
That would make that so worth it. That would make that the best game mode in history if like you just have that one, even if it was only a one-time thing for the entire 9 rounds, you just pull out a fucking grenade.
you kill their best player. You fucking throw a grenade at Barry Bonds. Barry Bonds takes out his fucking steroid pen and stabs that shit midair.
That would be so fantastic. See, fixed. Bad game mechanic, fixed. Easy.
Oh man, okay.
Speaking of games that don't go down in value, my friend
Oh my god.
my friend found Cory in the House for the DS for
Oh, no.
$30 at Walmart.
He bought it, right?
Yeah.
Good.
He bought it, right?
Good.
Oh, that's all I have to say.
There's like, okay,
I
do
have a
you
funny
guys
story for you guys.
remember?
But go ahead.
Do you guys remember that game, Backyard Wrestling? You ever played that?
Oh fuck yeah, dude! That was the
It was on the
shit.
PlayStation 2. It
Hell
was so
yeah.
fucking great. It's like turn that idea of that craziness and put it in that baseball game mode.
You
Battle
play,
Royale?
You play inside Yankee Stadium, but Yankee Stadium's actually just an arena. Like if you're on the field, you can be killed.
Like the pitcher takes out a brick and just chunks it at you. It's like, sorry. It's like you can walk one off. He just limps to the base.
This is totally off topic. You know, I could have had, well, not entirely. I could have had almost $100 in Bitcoin when I was in high school.
Nice.
Flex.
So, well,
So the hindsight.
I bring this up because you were talking about your friend buying that rare game. So I had I had 2 really old Pokemon games for the original Game Boy, and I had the cases and manuals and everything. And there was this kid who had Bitcoin he was selling, and we were kind of friends, but he was like, "I'll give you Bitcoin for it." I was like, "How much?" He's like, "It's close to $100." So I was in high school. I was like, "What the fuck is Bitcoin, dude?" Like, no, fuck you. I ended up not selling it to him. Holy shit, man. A couple years ago, Bitcoin was going crazy. Do you know how upset I was? I thought about it. The second I saw it trending, that was my sophomore year in high school when that happened.
That didn't tell me anything. How old were you?
So, God, how old was I?
It'd be like,
I guess I was
15,
16.
16.
Yes, I think I was 16.
Damn.
Nice.
Damn.
I mean, odds are, even if I had gotten it, I probably wouldn't have kept all of it until, years later. But can you imagine having $100 of Bitcoin right now? Holy fuck. It'd be crazy. I'd be rich. Instead of fucking here.
Instead of a tiny house, you'd have an actual house.
I know, dude. Instead of instead of 100 empty water bottles near me on a shitty desk, I'd have 100 empty water bottles on a nice desk.
You have 100 Gatorades. On a nice
gamer.
How much Gatorade do you
fucking
think
feel.
Ryan drinks?
Enough.
I think he drinks
Fucking
Monster.
enough.
How does he?
Of course he
Fucking
does.
boomer,
How is he so
dude.
buff if he drinks Monster?
I don't know if that's him or someone else, but I think he drinks Monster.
I could see him
not
drinking
Gatorade.
Monster. I could see him having a necklace of Monster tabs.
What a
God.
boomer, dude.
I bring up Ryan because we're about to talk about the Witcher trailer, and he has to be brought up alongside it because he's the most vocal person about this fucking show.
I do think it'll be garbage, by the way.
Really?
I'm with Ryan on this one.
Even after the
Yep.
trailer? The trailer looked pretty... Even Ryan thought the trailer looked good.
Get fucking over it, you idiots. It's gonna be fine.
I still feel like it's gonna be garbage.
Okay, why?
The directors had such a fuck you attitude.
I feel
That's
like...
my reasoning.
I think it'll be good. I think it'll just be the books, which are really good. I've read a lot of the books.
When I say I think it will be bad, I'm not saying anything to do with the actors of it. I'm sure they'll do the best they can. I just feel like it's just... I feel like something's going to go wrong that ruins the whole thing. That makes it feel stupid.
I want it to feel like somewhere between Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, and I want it to be super true to the books. That's pretty much all I want. And I want Henry. Is it Henry Cavill or is it Cavill? I don't know how to say his last name.
Cavill.
Well,
I want-
Calville.
I want Henry Cavill to do. I want him to just not play it like. I know he's a very popular actor. I'm not a big fan personally. I've seen him in a lot of action movies in the past couple years, and he's the same fucking character in all those movies. Like he was in a Mission Impossible, and he was in oh god, what was the name of it?
Wasn't he Batman?
He
No,
was...
he was
in,
Superman.
Oh, Superman. Yeah, you're
He
right.
was he was in 2 spy movies around the same time, and he was like the same character in all of them. And I and I like it fucked me up because I literally thought he was playing the same character, and they were saying that the universes were connected, but that wasn't the case. But I don't know. I hope he just plays it true.
Again, it might turn out okay.
And I hope there's a lot of sex in it.
Of course. it is.
Same.
Well,
I mean-
because like Geralt can't be in something and not have sex.
Yeah.
All right.
It's if there is, it's just gonna be heavily implied. and
Again,
it'll be pretty
I've never-
depressing.
You
I've
say
like-
that, but it's gonna
I
turn
played,
into
like-
Game of Thrones, and Henry Cavill is just gonna show his cock in the first episode.
Like, again, I've only played like 6-7 hours of The Witcher 3. So I mean, like, that's all I know about Geralt. So maybe I am just
So
stupid. So
that Geralt is very different than the Geralt that's gonna be in the show, because the Geralt in the games is very different from the Geralt in the books. The Geralt in the game, Geralt in the game tends to, even though you can take a path of him trying to be neutral, he gets way too involved in shit. Geralt in the books doesn't give a fuck about anyone or anything. He doesn't care what it is. He's not going to get involved in politics.
like in the game.
In the book.
So in the book, he's all, I'm by myself.
Yes. And in the game,
I'm
he's way
not my
too
problem.
easily entranced into political situations. And it's to drive the plot forward most of the time. And in
It's
the
also
game, it's
probably to
fine.
engage the player,
But
most likely.
yeah,
Like, they want to engage the player by giving you the chance.
yeah. It works in the
position.
game. It's just not true to the book form of Geralt.
Yeah.
The writer
makes
of
sense.
the Witcher books refers to the game as fan fiction.
Pepe love.
I mean, I've actually... I don't know much about Geralt in terms of how his plot goes, but I do understand that he is apparently far, far, far stronger in the game than he is in the books.
He's not
Like,
like in the game he can take on an elder vampire. That is not accurate.
I know, one example I remember specifically was... The only reason I know of this is because they were talking about... It was just analyzing Geralt between the book and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, I know, for example, one thing is Geralt, his Igni, his fire, he can use it... Basically, he can use it to start a small fire, and, he one time used it to, burn through a rope.
Mm-hmm.
But he's never, as far as I'm aware, in the book, shown to be where he can, have a a flamethrower, come forward and burn the shit out of people. I don't think he's ever displayed that in the
They
book.
took a lot of liberties, which is fine because it's a game, but it's just
It was...
very different.
it was actually Geralt actually had like, you know, the signs are described as quick magic, like they're not supposed to be really strong. And in the book, they actually are just quick magic, like useful little tools to have. But you know,
I see. Good.
I'm just really worried about it because of directors being such asshats about the whole thing.
You know what I'm not excited for about it, though?
Hmm.
I don't know how... I know Derek and Kat probably have seen this, but not so much you, Moscrow. When Game of Thrones was in its final season, every time there was a new episode, Twitter was essentially one of two things. People talking about it, which is fine, or people sharing GIFs and memes of, like, sassy people, women or men or anything, just sassy and, like, silly, and saying shit like Jon Snow on his way to do this, and it's, like, this woman walking to, like, a techno beat in a red dress. I'm not excited for The Witcher. Yeah. Just, like,
it was at the time.
Just all of them in general, though.
I've come to the opinion that Twitter is universally garbage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I mean, it's like... it's about anything.
There,
you're gonna have people just say the dumbest stuff that makes completely zero sense, always. Because it's literally just... it enables people to just rant about bullshit nonsense.
You gotta kind of... You gotta know when to walk away from it, too, though. That's the thing. Like, you gotta know when people are just stupid. And you gotta be like, alright, you know what? I'm just gonna go and, you know, walk my dog. I don't know. That was the best.
I understand what you're saying. However, I am like... almost everything I've ever seen on Twitter, unless it's like announcing something or unless it's like some kind of official business Twitter, has always just been bullshit nonsense. Like, people will talk mad shit on Twitter. It's all just fake. And like, when I say it's fake, they would never say that in real life. Ever. Like, they would never say half the stupid stuff. Like, you know that whole thing you said about how it's like, you know, Jon Snow going to do something and have that picture of that meme? No one would show that to anyone in real life because they will dead-ass stare at them and think they're a fucking idiot.
I guess it depends on the friend group, though, because if it was us and we did shit like that, that'd be pretty fucking funny. Like, if we were all hanging out at a bar and Kat pulled out her phone and was like, look, guys, is this Moscrow? And it's like, Larry the Cable Guy fucking drunk on a floor. I would laugh my ass off.
Of course you would, Anthony.
I know.
I mean,
I'm easily
sure.
entertained by rednecks.
It literally, if I see anything from Twitter that looks like trash, I'm completely unsurprised.
I understand that. Like, there's times where I just have to, like, close Twitter because I just don't want to look at it anymore.
You also kind of use your Twitter like a Tumblr, Cat, so I feel that.
And I force myself to rant even though I don't have a following.
Dude, Derek's last couple tweets have been real fucking...
I know, I was getting pissed the fuck off, dude.
Wait,
I saw those. And
I don't
like,
follow you on Twitter.
Hold up, I'm gonna do his dramatic reading because they've been really funny the past couple of days. He's just been ranting about Destiny. So okay, he never really tweets like anything, right?
He just
his
says
last
something.
tweet until a couple days ago.
Are you
was
saying
in
it reads like a Reddit post? Because that sounds fantastic.
So he's had 3 tweets this month, and before that, his last tweet was March. On July 5th, he said, "I'm glad I lose a Gambit game because some idiot took heavy from the guy with the tractor cannon, XD." 16 hours ago, he said, "Hey, Night Stalker hunters, want to stop crouch camping heavy in Iron Banner?" And then 14 hours ago, he said, "Also, fuck all you bottom tree striker fucking Titan looking ass."
I saw that one.
That's all he tweets.
I was getting so fucking mad, dude.
Does it get attention?
No, of course not. I just fucking need somewhere to fucking complain about how bad that game is. Dude.
I should tweet about the random shit I complain about.
What I want you to
Discord.
do is I want you to start doing that, Moscrow, on your Twitter, but I want you to use that picture of you as an old man as your Twitter profile picture.
That would be fantastic.
Oh my god.
I need to rename the Twitter to be Howard, and then I could
Scroll.
I could get verified because it's my middle name, right? I should be able to be
Howard
verified
Mostyn
as
Scrow.
I should be able to be verified as Howard. So easy.
Howard Mostyn Scrow. Like if somebody told me that someone signed the Declaration of Independence named Howard Mostyn Crow, I would probably buy it.
And I need to write like it's a Facebook post. Like I need to say some
Very
dumb
cool,
shit
Jimmy.
that no one cares about.
Miss you. Hugs.
Look, 8th-Bit Network says, like
Tell the
posted
family I
video.
said hi.
Very cool, EBN.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Sad, EBN.
Okay. I gotta read our sponsors. Okay.
Hold on. What's the name of the company of the sponsor?
Company.
Whatever.
It's
Who gave it to you?
It's we have two today. There's Megan Joanne Designs and there's Cat in the Fiddle. Why?
Thank you, Cat in the Fiddle. Very
Huh?
cool.
Very cool.
Very cool.
Oh my goodness. All right, so I am gonna take a second to read. Some
Thank you,
ads.
Moan. Very cool.
After I take a breath
no,
first,
Joanne
I
wasn't.
gotta take a breath.
Very cool, Joanne. Very cool.
All right, I really have to take. I'm gonna take a sip of water before I fucking.
I'm
read
just
this
sitting here
thing.
looking at this image of like the old me. Very cool.
All right, if you guys will give me a second, and let me get through these two ads.
It matches so well.
Moscow, hang on.
Okay, fine.
There's two, so when we get through them quick, I don't want to take forever
Very
on them.
cool, Anthony. Very cool.
So, thank you to our two sponsors today. First, The Cat, the Fiddle, and Me. The Cat, the Fiddle, and Me is a charming and enchanting story set to a lyrical song, and you can find it on Amazon. And I actually did look through this one and was really surprised because I was loving a kid story. So, if you need some change of pace and something a little more lighthearted, I suggest The Cat, the Fiddle, and Me. And another thank you, and this time, to Megan Joanne Designs. Megan Joanne Designs is very awesome, but my favorite thing about it is it's a real person. And right now, she's doing a very unique competition involving putting eagles on coffee mugs. So, if you need customizable prints or designs at more than affordable rates, meganjoannedesigns.etsy.com is your destination. And a big thank you to Megan Joanne Designs for sponsoring the 8th-Bit Podcast. All right,
Thank you,
Howard.
Megan. Very cool.
Very cool. I couldn't even get through those. Oh boy. Okay, so our last topic for today.
We need to sell authentic autistic screeching noise. It's like
All
gonna
right,
be
buddy.
like
Moving on.
Moscow.
Moscow.
You were doing so good.
What? Oh wait, we're streaming, aren't we? Shit. Whoops. Oh, well. I mean, what are they going to say? Are they going to crack down on the poor autist making autist jokes?
Okay,
All right, buddy.
I'm the victim in this situation.
All right,
Moving
buddy,
on.
Moving on.
poor reporting has led to a lot of confusion about the future of Activision. So Activision had their stock prices were dropping, and they've been underperforming this year. And there was multiple gaming news sources that were saying that Activision was crumbling as a company. So I started looking into this, and I find a story that is from a Business Insider type paper, so not interesting, no clickbait, boring as shit. And basically, by next year, they're expected to double, and in 2 years, triple in their stock, based off the games they have coming out.
Very cool.
So Activision's not dying. Activision's doing fantastic. And
That's upsetting, actually. I don't like Activision.
I know. That's why I have this in here, because I'm kind of upset about it. I don't
What does
want...
Activision do?
Call of Duty. Long story short.
Oh, okay.
How
many of those are there? Aren't there a lot?
A lot of Call of Duties, and they also are with Overwatch. God, they're everything, man.
They're basically
really?
like 2012 Capcom right now.
You know what they're
as a
not
reputation.
with? Destiny. You know where that game's going? In a good fucking place.
You know how I would describe Activision in gaming? I would describe them as the Disney of gaming.
Shitty
ew.
first-person shooters.
No, I would say Disney of gaming, because they do a lot of games that you wouldn't expect. They just put their money behind games because they can get some money back. But
It's kind of like what Disney's doing with like the film industries. Like they're everywhere.
yeah, like how Disney has the top 5 best-selling movies in the world right now.
Yeah.
That's what Activision tries to do with gaming.
Okay, got you.
But I don't want Activision to fail in the terms of, like, I don't want people to lose their jobs and everything. Like, I'm not fucking heartless. I want Activision to not be the same Activision. I want to make games great again.
All right, buddy.
But no, okay. Here's my example is actually Destiny. Destiny 2, since they've split with Activision, has already been a completely different freaking game. It's been great.
It's actually pretty great.
It's been great. But when they were with
Bottom tree
Activision,
striker title.
when they're with Activision, it was an actual steaming pile of shit.
It's almost like ruining a game with greed is probably not the soundest business decision.
So is it like they kind of use like the same ideas over and over because they know it sells?
Yes, microtransactions.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can give you why Destiny was so bad at first. It's like, okay, so
Moscow hot take and go.
The game had no
So-
content.
so Destiny 2, I remember when I played it the first time, it took me about 12 hours or something to go through the story and everything because I was taking my time. I thought it was fantastic. Then I played it again, and then I realized there's nothing fucking here. So the point of a game like Destiny is usually you want to like get to like high light level, which is like you want to get a higher level so you can do different cool stuff, right?
Mhm.
However, whenever you got to that point where there's supposed to be cool stuff, there's nothing else to do. So that, like, for example, and there's all kind of little shitty little things that kind of spoil it. Is like in the first Destiny that it's in Destiny 2 as well, but the shaders. What shaders are is you can get different armor pieces and different weapon pieces, and you would use these shaders to change the colors of them. So you can make one that's like, I don't know, like green, orange, and yellow if for some reason you wanted that. So in Destiny 1, you could use them if you get the shader, you can put it on everything. You're good to go. Destiny 2, they're limited in the sense you have to get them from random drops usually. When you get them from these random drops, you can only use one for one piece of clothing or weapon at a time, and they cannot be reused. They just break when you use them, basically.
You can reacquire them from collections, though. So
They added that in much later.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're talking about beginning. Yeah.
Beginning gets you fucking
Destiny 2,
garbage.
Yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
And then
they
it
tried
came
very
out-
hard to dumb the game down for a casual audience, and that casual audience is not the audience of Destiny.
Yep.
And then the shitty thing they did was whenever you get to at first you got to level 30, and whenever you leveled up, you would get something called like an Eververse. It's like an Overwatch when you get a chest and it will give you a few different like customizing things. Like it'll give you skins and whatnot, and it'll give you like different vehicles you can use in the game. So you get these little Eververse chest things. However, what would happen is you would get them every time you level up after 30. So based on how, experience wise, you would level up again and it would give you another chest. If you played for longer than an hour, it would tell you you're getting the same XP. However, you would actually be getting like 25% of that XP added to your total.
Oh, I remember that. Holy
So
shit.
it would decrease how fast you got stuff from the Eververse store through the chests. The Eververse store is their microtransaction place where you can buy different like emotes and stuff, like I said earlier. They would do all these shitty little things. They dumbed down the class system, which was stupid. Like before you had you had like 4 different combinations for perks and stuff. Like you
Something
could
like that.
choose you could choose some like 6 or 7 different lines.
There was like skill tree builds you could do. Like there was builds for stealth and builds for quickness and builds for being a tank and that kind of stuff.
And in Destiny 2, you have 2 builds. Well, with the Forsaken DLC, which was like that was like a year after release, wasn't it?
It was like exactly a year, yes.
So you had 2 skill trees that included 4 different parts of it. It is not customizable.
Bottom tree Striker Titan.
So whenever Derek says bottom tree Striker Titan, I know exactly what the fuck he's talking about. Yep. It has 4 different shitty fucking... It's not shitty, because of course it's actually really strong. But it is crappy in the regards of you cannot customize as you used to. You have limits to your customization. And the game just started out complete and utter shit. Like, it felt like...
All right, bring us
was
home.
Not great.
Yeah, I was gonna say, bring us around. Match the dots, connect the dots.
And now, they would also have like really bad drop rates. If you played for longer than an hour, your drop rates would go to shit. Well, now Bungie has actually made drop rates static, like it should have been. They have increased drop rates, not to the point where you just get all the cool stuff instantly, but where you get it in what feels like a reasonable time frame if you keep trying.
Yep.
And now the Eververse store is starting to like, it's not receding, but it is easier to get stuff from the Eververse. It is easier to get the different shaders you want. You know more of like whatever activity you're getting. You know that you have a higher chance of getting the thing you actually want. So it feels like the time you spent playing, it feels funner because you're actually getting things, which in a game like Destiny where loot is like a big portion of the game, it makes it a lot better. That one simple little change.
Yep.
So that one little bit of greed that was removed from the game made the game feel much better. That's all. I'm done now.
Hot take. Done. Yeah, Activision's not good company. They could be one of the horsemen of the apocalypse for gaming.
And they could be so good too. They have a good of IPs. They could do so much better.
They don't want it.
And then you have CD Projekt Red just casually dissing on all these people, making them all look like fucking shitters. Releasing hit after hit after hit.
Game of the decade waiting room. That's all.
Literally,
I'm gonna say, is game of the decade waiting room.
Every game they've like.
Cyberpunk's gonna be the game of the decade.
Do you know what they said?
Change my mind.
Did you not read it? They recently they are refusing to do a pre-order bonus, and their reasoning is we want all the content that all the content we have planned is going to be available when you purchase the game.
Yeah, they'll probably do the same thing they did for The Witcher, and they'll have like a bunch of DLC that's free and just kind of like cool little extra stuff.
And it's almost like because they're not being greedy fucks, they have a great reputation, which means you're going to get great sales. You're going to get people that just pick it up instantly. You're going to get people who pre-order the game even though they're not getting a pre-order bonus. Fantastic.
I love when Moscrow gets all irritated.
Passionate.
Like fucking hell. This is like, they're acting like it's fucking rocket science. Like, Rockstar releases Red Dead Redemption 2, humongous hit, and it's just a good game. That's it. It's a great game.
Well, let's not talk about their online though.
I'm not too concerned with online because the online
Red Dead Online doesn't exist because it's a scam.
You buy Red Dead Redemption 2 to play, a single player in my opinion.
Now.
You buy Red Dead Redemption 2 to buy, single player cowboy game.
Yeehaw.
That's why you buy it in my opinion.
Can I get it?
So in that case, they succeeded.
Yeehaw.
There it is. Oh man. I don't understand Activision, but yeah, you're right. I'm trying to think of some devil's advocate, but sometimes devil's advocate isn't necessary. Sometimes people just fucking suck. All right.
You know what makes me mad too? I'm pretty sure it's Activision. Have you ever heard of the game Prototype?
Yes.
Where's my fucking Prototype 3?
Oh my
I'm just sitting here watching you make shitty fucking soccer game 2020, shitty football game 2020, shitty baseball game 2020, microtransaction fucking Destiny or whatever. I just want Prototype 3. Like, fuck. Like, come on.
So
I love that game.
So for a
I'm
last
pretty
little,
sure it's Activision.
a last little thing here before we start to wrap things up. You guys want to do a trivia question?
I'll probably fail, but sure, I'll give it a shot.
It's actually, I'm turning it into a trivia question, but it's just an interesting fact that I've learned in this past week.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the only person who's going to know it's Derek. So, question is, what is the name of Mega Man in Japan? He has a different name in Japan. He's a different character.
What is it, Buster Man?
Gotchi Hyper. I think I do know what it is.
All right, so
Is it the Blue Devil?
So Moscrow is incorrect.
Probably something
You have a
stupid.
guess, Kat? I'm assuming you have a guess. I'm going to guess you don't have the answer.
Small boy.
Small boy.
All right, Derek, do you think you know it? What is it?
Rockman, right?
Rockman. That is the answer.
Rockman.
Yep, he goes by Rockman in Japan.
What? What? What does that have to do with anything? Like, I mean, I guess Mega Man doesn't really make a whole lot of sense into doing what he's doing.
Is it like, is it a translation or is it just like Rockman?
I think it's
Like,
just
do you mean
Rockman.
rock as in music or rock as in like stone? Because he resembles neither of these things.
What do you mean? He's like an 80s rocker.
So, okay. Basically, it's meant to work like... It's supposed to coincide with his sister.
But he has a sister?
Yeah, Roll.
Yeah, and it's like
my
rock
God.
and roll, right? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Instead of Mega Man and Roll.
Mega roll.
Who the hell names your daughter
Omega
Roll?
Omega roll.
All right.
Who names their kids Rock
Austin.
and then Roll?
That sounds like some Alabama shit. Don't even pretend.
Imagine being called roll.
Wait, that is some
fucking-
Alabama shit, dude. Kid Rock.
Omega roll. Wait, I have that as an emote. Hold on.
Listen,
dude.
no. Austin is like Austin, Texas. I can kind of understand it. It's still kind of stupid, but whatever.
Oh my
But-
god.
Like, what? Like, was it? She's just sitting there. She's giving birth. I don't know. A rock flies through the window, and he's like, "It's fucking rock." And she has a daughter, and she
Thank
goes,
you guys for
"You know
watching.
what fucking
Moscow
rock?"
has his existential
Roll.
crisis. I'm gonna wrap it up. So, thank you for listening to the 8th-Bit Podcast. If you liked what you listened to on your podcast app of choice, leave us a thumbs up or a rating. A rating is what helps us the most and gets us new people in.
Rocking my ass.
Don't forget to follow our Twitch, our DLive, our Mixer, our YouTube. Don't forget to follow everything so you can keep up with us and what we do. And consider supporting us on Patreon. All it's
You
going
gonna
to
name
do
my
is
son
open us
Mac?
new doors. Is open up new doors for us to do
gonna
more
name my
and
daughter
more
Cheese.
things.
Yeah, there's gonna be pretty pink art there too.
Yeah.
Pico
In
Jack.
fact, if you spend $100 in Patreon to be a supporter there, you get a custom drawing with a person of your choice, who I'm just going to assume everyone's going to pick Moscrow. But
Damn right.
Kat will make a drawing of you and Moscrow together, and you will get it in your hand, signed by Kat.
You see, it makes perfect sense since you'll also have a picture of Rose, so it's like a 2-for-1
Wait,
deal, right?
Are you gonna put? How do you sign your stuff? Do you sign with whiskers? Okay. Anyway.
God, I wish. I'm doing that now.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the 8th-Bit Podcast. And the next time you hear us, it will be Season 3. Ryan will be back, and Cup will be back. And hopefully Moscow will still be alive. We'll see you next time on the 8th-Bit Podcast.
I don't intend to. Whatever.